Hello everyone, Knight with KnightCoreTCG here, bringing you a brand new series, From Basic to Badass. We'll be trying to compete at a top level with just 3 structure decks, pack openings, trades, and our dreams. With me today are 3 Blue Eyes White Destiny structure decks, all including amazing cards that are sure to be a killer deck right out of the box. Card explanations will be in the deck profile portion for me to go in depth. And if you just want to see the deck profile or list of battles, go to the timestamps below. And now on to our opening section. So I just got these. I got a pretty good deal on all of these things. It's honestly pretty cool. Ooh, we got Maiden of White. I think that's the new card too. I don't know if each one of them has like a rarity difference. Like if you can get something like that's even rarer than the other cards. I know people really want the Maiden of White. I think the last time I saw on TCG Player was like $50. But today we're just going to be getting our cards set up. So you can see I will be doing a locals game today as well, which is pretty fantastic. It comes with some really nice cards. Here, I'll show you guys what they look like. So it looks like we have a Indigo Silver Eyes Silver Dragon, a Spirit with Eyes of Blue, Maiden of White, Wishes for Blue, Eyes of Blue, Wishes for Eyes of Blue. That's interesting card. What is this? Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon, Neo Kaiser Seahorse, Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons, Majesty of the White Dragons, a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and I think we get 3 different arts. Yeah, they're all pretty arts. Blue Eyes White Dragon, this one, and then Blue Eyes White Dragon, this one, and then that one. I think they're all pretty, but I think I'm going to go with 3 of these, just because I really like them. And I did pick up 3, as you saw. A Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, Blue Eyes Jet Dragon, one of the best cards in my opinion, Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon, a really interesting card to be honest, Dragon Spirit of White, Blue Eyes Chaos Mat Dragon, a Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon, the White Stone of Legend, the White Stone of Ancients, which is a better version of the White Stone of Legend, but we'll still probably end up using both. Sage with Eyes of Blue, and then we get 3 copies of those, which is a lot. Master with Eyes of Blue, Dictator of Deep, pretty good card. A Nibiru, which is crazy that we get that. A Ash Blossom, Joyous Spring, another crazy card, and then 2 Effect Veilers, which is already really crazy. And the cool thing is you could search this out too in this deck. Chaos Form for a Ritual, Ultimate Fusion to fuse, 2 of those, nice. Melody Awakening Dragon, I think we get 2 of those too, yep. Mausoleum of White, Burst Stream of Destruction, Trade In, a really good card, Trade In, draw card, get 2 of those. A Called by the Grave, another great card. True Light, a really good card that you can get it set up with Maiden of White. The Ultimate Creature of Destruction, Destined Rivals. I don't know if I'll be using this at all, but we'll see. Infinite Impermanence, another great card. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and then this is Blue Eyes, I think this is Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. We don't have to get the alternative one, unfortunately. And then, what is this? Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon, yep. And then we have Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, Azure Eyes Silver Dragon, and then a Heroic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. Pretty good card, and then a bunch of advertisements. I think these are really nice, especially since you get so many staples in one go. I think it's a pretty amazing deck to start off with, but I'm going to go ahead and get into the deck profile so then you guys can see what we're doing, what our basic combos are, and I will see you there.
Alright, so here we are with our deck list. As you can see, we have ourselves 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. This is the backbone of our deck. We need 3. The only unfortunate thing about having the 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons is the fact that they're normal monsters, and if you draw into them, they're pretty bad unless you have something like Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, or another way to like special summon it, such as True Light. But basic card, great attack, good defense, the backbone of everything. We have 1 Nibiru, the Primal Being. I tried playing more of it during my testing. I didn't like having more of it. I actually don't even like Nibiru that much, but I know it's a good card against a lot of decks. We do have 2 in the side deck, just in case, as you can see down here. And we have 1 Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, pretty good card. It lets us special summon itself by revealing 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon from our hand, and you can pop 1 card on your opponent's side of the field. That's a monster, I should specifically say that. And you can't attack with it that turn, but I mean, you at least get to destroy a monster with it, which is pretty cool. And then we have ourselves Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. This card's actually pretty busted. You tend to want to get rid of this card through means of like Neo Kaiser Seahorse or Trade In or Melody Awakening Dragon. Even our Wishes for Eyes of Blue. That's one of the things you want to get rid of, simply because it can special summon itself from either the hand or the graveyard if any card gets destroyed. And when this thing goes into battle, when it starts an attack declaration, it can bounce any one card on your opponent's field, which is pretty crazy. You can get rid of spells, traps, monsters, and it helps a lot in those situations. And then we have ourselves Deep of Blue Eyes. It's supposed to be Abyss Blue Eyes Dragon, something like that. I forget what the name is. And realistically, I only have this in here because of the plus 1000 boost and because you can special summon it off of some other cards. I don't use it for the Polymerization or Ritual spell. As you can see, we don't really have any on our deck except for like Ultimate Fusion, but that can't be searched out because I didn't really see the point of the Chaos engine being used unless it's, you know, in our side deck, because I wasn't sure what else to add in there. Now we have Neo Kaiser Seahorse. Neo Kaiser Seahorse is actually a pretty good card. It special summons itself from the hand if you control a Blue Eyes White Dragon, which is awesome. This is an amazing card because not only is it a level 4 tuner, but it can also change the levels of any light tuners that you have just once per turn, either one level up or one level down. So a nice little combo you can do here is if you have Blue Eyes White Dragon and you have, say, Maiden of White, which is a level 1 light tuner, you can summon this out and you'll have about level 13 levels for tuners. And if you decrease the level of the Neo Kaiser Seahorse, you can go into Blue Eyes Severe Ultimate Dragon, which is pretty nice because it does require 2+ tuners and a Blue Eyes monster, and so you would have everything right there. Nice negate, plus it helps you once it goes to the graveyard, it does get your Blue Eyes Jet Dragon out, or if you need an Abyss Blue Eyes Dragon out, it can also help you out in a pinch to get the extra 1000 attack to all of your level 8 or higher monsters, which is honestly pretty great. Now we have Dictator of D. Dictator of D special summons itself by sending a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck, or I believe hand or deck, to the graveyard, and you get a special summon it. And you can also discard one Blue Eyes White Dragon or a card that mentions it, and then you get to target one Blue Eyes monster in your graveyard and special summon it, which is pretty nice. It's not a tuner, but the fact that it's a spellcaster helps us out with things such as Spirit with Blue, with Eyes of Blue. It is very hard saying these names. With Eyes of Blue. Really nice that we get to get stuff like that, so we can use it for that. It also helps us in making other tuners, such as, I guess, realistically speaking, we would not be making this because we don't have any late tuners. Anyway, it only really helps with this guy, but because you can special summon out other cards, it's not that bad. Nice link fodder. Obviously 3 copies of it. 3 copies of Ash Blossom. You know, gotta get rid of those cards that let my opponent draw cards or search cards. 1 White Stone of Ancients. I like this card because you can use it to synchro summon and then go into and then go into like any other of the regular summons with it. But the really nice thing about it is it has 2 effects. At the end of the turn that it was sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Blue Eyes monster from your deck, which is pretty nice. Gets you some kind of floating effect at the end of the turn, or you can banish it and then try to get 1 Blue Eyes monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. It's pretty good. Now, just so you know, if you do use the effect to banish it, it is no longer in the graveyard, so you can't grab it. Can't grab the Blue Eyes out of your deck with it, unfortunately. So just keep that in mind. And then we have ourselves Master with Eyes of Blue. Pretty nice card because it lets you target a level 1 light tuner in your graveyard, so you can grab your like Effect Veilers, your Maiden of Whites, your Sages of Blue, any of those cards, which is pretty nice. It also, you know, lets you special summon a Blue Eyes monster from your graveyard by targeting another effect monster that you control. And that's not bad because you can combo this with cards such as Maiden of White. When this card gets targeted, you can special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon or level 1 tuner, which is pretty nice. And then we have ourselves the 3 Sage with Eyes of Blue. That is so hard to say, I'm sorry. When this card is normal summon, you can add 1 level 1 light tuner from your deck to your hand, except Sage with Eyes of Blue. And that's really nice because you can use it to combo off with cards such as Prayers with Eyes of Blue. Grab this, normal summon it, and grab yourself either a Maiden of White or an Effect Veiler for your opponent's turn. Not bad. This deck has a lot of ways to search for Effect Veiler, which is pretty cool. And its other effect is that you can discard it to target one effect monster you control and send it to the graveyard. And if you do, you special summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck, which is really nice because, again, targeting Maiden of White absolutely helps this. You can also target, Neo Kaiser Seahorse if you ever want to set up other cards such as your Blue Eyes Dragon or your Abyss Blue Eyes Dragon. And then onto one of the new stars of the deck, Maiden of White. You can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard and then place one True Light from your hand, deck, or graveyard face up in your spell and trap zone. If you special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon while this card is in your graveyard, except during damage step, you can special summon this card. Really, really good card because True Light lets you grab a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand or graveyard, which is really, really nice. That's honestly amazing because then you can combo into this and go into, say, a Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, so you can get a monster out during your opponent's turn, or a Azure Eyes Silver Dragon to protect all your dragon monsters from being destroyed through through card effects or being targeted, which is really nice against stuff like Ryzeal and other things like that. And the other really nice thing is you can the other thing is when this card is when a card is activated that targets this card on the field, or when the card started for an attack, you can quick effect special summon one Blue Eyes White Dragon or one level 1 tuner, light tuner specifically, from your graveyard, which is pretty nice. It means you get 2 for 1 with cards such as Sage with Eyes of Blue, Master with Eyes of Blue. I think that's kind of all you can target with this. I think there's some other ones that I haven't really thought of, but it's pretty nice. And then obviously through Effect Veiler, you can only be used during your opponent's main phase, but you can stop your opponent from using effects of your of their monsters. And the cool thing about Effect Veiler is that it's not once per turn, so you can like spam the crap out of these things. And then we have one Burst Stream of Destruction. If you have a Blue Eyes White Dragon, destroy all your opponent's monsters they control, and the Blue Eyes White Dragons can't attack, which is fine. This is searchable through Mausoleum of White. I actually did not know that until I read the card more, but really, really nice card to have. It's a board wipe whenever you need it, when there are cards such as Chaos Angel that can't be destroyed by your opponent's activated card effects, or affected by cards like that, or can't be targeted, etc., etc. Then we have Saga of Blue-Eyed Dragon, which is, in English, it's called Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragon. Yeah, Blue-Eyed Dragon, and really nice that lets you special summon one Blue Eyes monster from your deck or graveyard or banishment in defense position, but you can only special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon if you don't have control of one. So it's really nice, lets you get your synchro plays up. Again, you can use this to combo into Blue Eyes White Dragon, have a Maiden of White. You can search it out with True Light, because True Light lets you search cards that mention Blue Eyes White Dragon, lists Blue Eyes White Dragon in its text. And honestly, really, really nice. And also, the other effect is you can fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field, including a Blue Eyes monster, but you can only use one or the other effect that turn. So you can't special summon a Blue Eyes then fusion. You have to choose either fusion summoning or getting the Blue Eyes out. And then we got one trade-in for a draw support. I like this card, getting rid of cards such as Blue Eyes Jet Dragon, Blue Eyes Deep Dragon, and then Blue Eyes White Dragon itself. Not bad, honestly, just to get 2 cards. The Melody of Awakening Dragon we run 2 of. It lets us again discard a card, and then we get to grab up to 2 dragon monsters, 3,000 or more attack and 2,500 or less defense from our deck to our hand. It's good for searching out maybe a little combo with like alternative with Blue Eyes, or getting yourself a Jet Dragon and Blue Eyes. You usually want to grab at least one Blue Eyes with it, just because it's a really good card to have for, stuff like Maiden of White Blue or True Light, because you do need with True Light you do need it in your hand or graveyard, and if you don't have it in either, well, it's a good way to grab it. Then we have ourselves another new card here, Prayers with Eyes of Blue, which its English name is actually Wishes for Eyes of Blue. Sorry if I'm looking down, by the way, I'm just looking at the English card here because I do have them with me. And what it does is that you discard one card for cost, add a 1 level 1 light tuner and 1 spell trap that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to your hand, which is insane because it searches out Effect Veiler, your Maiden of White, your Sage of Blue Eyes, White Stone of Ancients, Master of Blue Eyes, anything like that. I wish I could search out Neo Kaiser Seahorse. This card's really hard to search out. I need to find a way how to search this out in the future with trades and whatever pack openings we can get through it, but it's a really nice card. Either way, and it lets you grab stuff like, you know, Saga of the Blue-Eyed White Dragons, Ultimate Creature of Destruction, Ultimate Fusion, True Light. There are other cards such as Majesty of Dragons of White. Really, really nice cards to have. Oh, I think it also got Burst of Destruction now that I think about it, because it does mention Blue Eyes White Dragon in its name. But really nice card. And then you can banish it from your graveyard to equip a Blue Eyes monster from my extra deck to one of my monsters. Let me see. Then target one Blue Eyes White Dragon control. It has to be Blue Eyes White Dragon. My bad. And then it gets an extra 400 attack, which isn't a lot, but things like Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon that are already unaffected by like spelling traps, sorry, not spell traps, just trap effects, you can have like a 3800 beater that they're gonna have a hard time going around without destroying without spells, which is pretty cool. Then one Called by the Grave, just to get rid of opposing effect veilers, ash blossoms, any other card effects that could be really annoying. Ultimate Fusion, really, really nice card. I kind of realized that you couldn't play this during the battle phase one time when I was testing it out, because it says during the main phase, fusion summon one monster from your extra deck that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon or Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon material by shuffling the fusion materials listed on this card from your hand, field, or graveyard into the deck, which is pretty cool. The only problem that I have is that it's a quick spell, so you can activate it in response to stuff to like protect your cards from getting, let's say, Effect Veiler, Infinite Impermanence, stuff like that in response to that. And the thing is, for every single Blue Eyes White Dragon or Ultimate Dragon that's used for materials that are on the field, you can destroy up to that many face-up cards your opponent controls, which is really nice because it's non-targeting removal. I wish it said just cards, but it is face-up cards. But again, non-targeting removal, any card that's face-up, so you can get rid of stuff like Anti-Spell Fragrance. I mean, I don't know how you'd be able to play this, honestly, with Ultimate Fusion, Anti-Spell Fragrance affecting you or anything like that. Or cards like their own True Light, anything that's like bothering you, you can just get rid of, which is really, really nice. And it shuffles the materials back into the deck, so you don't have to worry about where they go, which is pretty nice. And then we have ourselves Mausoleum of White. Mausoleum of White lets you do an additional normal summon. Whoops, let me go ahead and go back. It lets you do an additional normal summon of one level 1 Light Tuner, and it's really nice. And then what you can do is you can target one of your face-up monsters and send a normal monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and it'll gain attack and defense equal to the level of the monster multiplied by 100. So we only have one in here, and that's Blue Eyes White Dragon, so it'll always get 800 attack and defense added to it, which is really nice. And if this is in your graveyard, because you can, the way we search for this is where it's Spirit with Eyes of Blue. This can either send it to the graveyard or add it to your hand. And if this is in the graveyard and you banish it, you can get a Burst Stream of Destruction. So again, we have forms of searching this. We only need one of this card. We don't need more of this. I'm going to try to figure out if we don't need more of this. It feels like a really nice card to have multiples of, but I only saw the reason to ever run one. Obviously, 3 Infinite Impermanences, Hang Trap that lets you quite literally play during your opponent's any turn, actually. If you have nothing on your board, play it from your hand. It won't get the nice effect of turning off spelling traps in that column, but hey, at least you can use it like without a cost. And then we have the Ultimate Creature of Destruction. It lets you target one Blue Eyes monster you control, and this turn it is unaffected by card effects except its own, cannot be triggered by battle. Also, any opponent's monster it battles is destroyed at the end of the battle at the damage step, which is really nice. And then if, let's see, while this card is in the graveyard, if you normal summon or special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon, you can set it again, which is really, really nice. You do banish it, which kind of sucks, but hey, at least you get 2 uses of it before it dies. Really nice card to protect your Blue Eyes monsters. And then True Light. True Light is such an amazing card. Your Blue Eyes White Dragons cannot be targeted in the monster zone with card effects, which is really cool. And then the only problem with it is that if it ever gets destroyed, you have to destroy all the monsters you control, unfortunately. But it's a really powerful effect, and you can only control one True Light at a time. Or can you? No, I don't think you can. You can only use the following. Okay, you can only use the following effects once per turn. But you only want one anyway, because if you get more of them, they're a brick, unless you have like multiple Maiden of White. And because you can grab it out of the graveyard with Maiden of White, you really don't need to get more of these into your deck. But You can either special summon a blue eyes white dragon from your hand or graveyard. Really nice. It lets you unbrick your hand if you have one of these in there. Or set a spelling trap card directly from your deck that specifically lists blue eyes white dragon in its text with a different name from the cards that you control and in your graveyard. Which, I mean, hey, you can combo this into Wishes for Eyes of Blue, which then grabs you, you know, your Sages of White or Sages of Blue, sorry, or Effect Veiler, another Maiden if you want to, Stone of Legends, Master of Blue Eyes. Really, really nice card. Helps round out the deck. Again, try to protect it as much as possible. I don't know if I mentioned this, but Blue Eyes Jack Dragon says that your other cards cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. Only this one can, which is really cool. So that means it protects your True Light, which is really, really good. Unfortunately, True Light does not protect it because it is not a Blue Eyes White Dragon. It is a Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. Now, onto our extra deck. We have ourselves a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. It's just there for fodder for our, where is it at? Our Prez with Eyes of Blue. We got Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. It's basically the same thing. It's slightly bigger. Actually, it's the same attack as the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, but it's got a nice effect where it can attack up to 3 times. If, let's see, if you send a Blue Eyes Fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard, which is pretty nice. And also, during either player's turn, when a card effect is activated that targets a Blue Eyes monster you control, you can banish it from the graveyard. And this, yeah, it'll negate the activation, which is pretty cool. Honestly speaking, this is really nice to have because if you fusion summon into Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon using, let's say, a Blue Eyes White Dragon, because you can fusion summon Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon by tributing a Blue Eyes White Dragon that's equipped with the fusion monster, you can have this as protection for later turns, which is really, really nice. Then we have ourselves Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. Really nice card. It's immune to being destroyed in battle phase, and at the end of the battle step, anything that it attacked and the monster is still there and not destroyed by battle, you can banish it. It doesn't target it, it just banishes it straight up, which is pretty cool. And it can make up to 2 attacks. It's got really nice 3000 attack, so it's really hard to run over. Then we have ourselves our Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. This card's really cool. As I mentioned before, you can tribute it by tribute summon it with it still counts as a fusion summon, I should say, by extra deck, by attributing a Blue Eyes White Dragon that's equipped with the fusion monster, and it's unaffected by trap effects, and it can attack all of your opponent's monsters once, which is pretty cool. And then at the end of the damage step, if this card battled, you can target 1 trap in your graveyard, and you can set it in your Spelling Traps card zone. So it doesn't matter what it is, it can be another Infinite Impermanence, another Ultimate Creature of Destruction, True Light. Really good card. You can have a lot of weird stuff going on with this, but it's kind of cool that you can set a trap. Now onto one of our newer cards, Blue Eyes Spirit Ultimate Dragon. Really good card. 3500 attack, 4000 defense, which is massive because not many cards here can hit over 4000. It does require 2 tuners and 1 non-tuner Blue Eyes monster. Level 12, massive creature. Again, you can make it with Neo Kaiser Seahorse combined with Effect Veiler, Maiden of Y, any of the other ones. Just make sure to decrease the level. And your opponent cannot banish cards from your graveyard, which means buy-steal cards do not affect your graveyard at all, which you can protect. Amazing, you don't lose your cards, it's great. And then when a card effect is activated on the field, you can negate the activation, and then it gains an extra 1000 attack until the end of the turn, which is really nice. And if it ever gets destroyed a battle or card effect, you can special summon 1 light dragon monster from your graveyard except itself. So you can summon like another synchro monster. You can do Indigo Eye Silver Dragon, Spirit of Eyes of Blue. Really nice card. Jag Dragon. You really don't want to do Jag Dragon because you get it for free, but you know what I mean. Alternative Blue Eyes White Dragon. Really nice card. And then we have one ourselves, 1 Azure Eye Silver Dragon. It just requires 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner normal monster. Really nice card. If this card is special summoned until the end of the next turn, neither player can target dragon monsters you currently control with card effects. Also, they cannot be destroyed by card effects, which is really cool. And then once per turn during the standby phase, you can target 1 normal monster in your graveyard, special summon it, which obviously you would get this guy. And we usually don't make this by regular fusion because it's not really worth it. I like making it with Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon because, again, same thing, 1 tuner plus 1 tuner with 1 non-tuner monster with Blue Eyes in its name, I guess. Neither player can special summon 2 or more monsters at a time, so it stops off like Ritual Beasts, and I actually don't know what other decks do 2 summons at the same time. I know Ritual Beast does because that's the deck that I play a lot. And then once per turn, during either player's turn, when an effect of card in the graveyard is activated, you can negate the activation. Which really nice that it stops the negate. You can just straight up negate activations of cards that activate in the graveyard. Crazy. And then during either player's turn, you can tribute this synchro summon monster, special summon one light dragon synchro monster from your extra deck in defense position, but you destroy it at the end of the turn. Now the cool thing is, because it says one light dragon type synchro monster, it can be a lot of things, not just these two. But I usually get it to get a Zorai Silver Dragon because its effect does protect everything, including itself, when being destroyed by the end of turn effect by Blue Eye Spirit Dragon. And or you can get this out and then special summon something else. I don't know why you would get this out most of the time. I understand that it's like a one-time negate that you maybe like to go for game that turn. It's a little weird because you do get it in defense position, so you don't get it in, if I remember correctly, yeah, in defense position, so it's a little bit weird, but I guess for a negate it's fine. And then we have another new card, Indigo Eyes Silver Dragon, 2 level 8 dragon monsters. It cannot attack directly unless it has a normal monster as a material. You can only use each of the following effects of Indigo Eyes Silver Dragon once per turn. If this card is Xyz summoned, you can negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls. Really nice. My only issue is I couldn't figure out how to get this out properly during a lot of my testing, because everything kind of negated it before it could even use that effect. So I might cut this down further. We'll see how it is when we go to locals today. And then the other really nice effect is you can detach one material from this card and target one normal monster in graveyard, or banishment, special summon it, and if you do, it gains 1,000 attacks. So your Blue Eyes White Dragon's gonna have 4,000 attack. It's already a 4,000 beater. 0 defense is really, it's not good. But hey, it's a good card when you need it in a pinch. We'll see if I'll get to use it at all locals. I hope I do, but I have yet to see how good this card is. Next is our Heretic Seal of Heavenly Spheres. Really nice card. It just requires it's just a link 2 that requires 2 dragon monsters, and then once during your opponent's turn, if this card is in the extra monster zone, you can tribute one monster from your hand or field and return one face-up card on the field to the hand, which is really nice because it does not target. It's non-targeting removal, once again, really good. And then if this card is tributed, you can special summon one dragon monster from your hand or deck, make its attack and defense 0, but it does not negate its effect, which is really nice. So you can bring out stuff like Jet Dragon if you want to, alternative. Hell, you can bring out Neo Kaiser if you want. Really weird thing, but you know, any of these, maybe Whetstone of Ancients, like gets slammed into, so you can special summon at the end of the turn like a regular Blue Eyes. And then we have ourselves another new card. This card's actually really good. Spirit with Eyes of Blue. 1 level 4 or lower dragon or spellcaster monster. I don't like the level 4 lower part because, you know, level 8s. And the only other level 4 we really have is this one, and this is level 1, but yeah. Anyway, you cannot special summon except dragon monsters, so you do have to get rid of this if you want to special summon stuff like, let's say, Maiden of White or Dictator of D. Hell, even your Nibiru if you're so inclined. So anything like these ones, you can't really special summon them unless you get rid of this thing. But you do get to grab, if this card's link summoned, you can just take one Mausoleum of White from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the grave. Again, if you add it to your hand, you get an extra normal summon of a level 1 light tuner, or if it's in your graveyard, you can banish it to search for a Blue Stream of Destruction. Really nice card. And for our last effect on it, you contribute it to special summon 1 Blue Eyes monster from your hand or graveyard. But if you special summon an effect monster, it cannot attack, and its effects are also negated. So it's better if you just bring out Blue Eyes itself. Some of these other cards aren't that good to bring out because, again, its effects are negated. But this is our lineup for our main deck. Hopefully it'll do good. I've had a lot of success in how fun it's been because it just gets set up pretty well. But we'll get to see that today in later games, and I'll show you just how good this deck can be. Now for our side deck, I'm not the best at making a side deck, mind you, so I just went with whatever the heck was good in the leftover cards. So we had Nibiru the Primal Being, 2 of them, if we ever need more. The Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon, 2 of them, because I wanted to go into a Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragons deal if we needed to. Another Kraden if we needed more draw. Chaos Form to obviously, you know, get searched by the Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon and to special summon, you know, Chaos Max Dragon. And then Destined Rivals, which is if you control, it's basically an infinite impermanence for the whole field of your opponent's side. It's all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls, so it's pretty nice. It does not affect their spell and traps, but it can work out. I think this can be a really good card when need be. And then one Majesty with Dragon. I think it's a Majesty with Eyes of Blue. I think that's what it's called in English. I don't remember what it's called because I didn't really use it. But anyway, it's a crap card. A new card again. Show up to 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons from your hand, face-up field, or graveyard. Then destroy that many cards your opponent controls. It's non-targeting removal, which is pretty good. But I don't know if I like that part too much. And then you can banish it from graveyard to ritual summon 1 ritual monster from your hand by tributing 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand or field whose total level is exactly equal to the level of that ritual monster. So it could be good. I don't know. The non-targeting removal is actually pretty nice. Maybe I should add it in. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the game afterwards, and wish me luck at locals.
Okay, guys, we're back from our tournament. It took a while to get there, but we did end up, I don't know what place we got, I'll be honest, but we did end up taking one win, which is great. We also got some nice trades. I'm going to go ahead and show a picture of right here of what we traded off. All of our leftover stuff that we didn't need, all of it's gone now. And we got some nice trades here. I'll show you what we got. We got ourselves a upgraded rarity of the Hieratic Seals, some Raigekis, a Queebelt the Blade Dragon because of the Synchro, Change of Heart, a Cosmic Blazar Dragon, Harpy's Feather Duster, two Bysteel Baldrakes, a Dark Ruin No More. We got ourselves 3 Ghost Ogres, 1 Sister, a Stardust Worm. Honestly, really interesting card because it lets us grab our, what are they called? Our Ancient Stones. Waking the Dragon. This is really funny because I saw people playing, what's it called? Lightning Storm. So I was like, this would be really cool. A QB, because we can go ahead and make this and make it so our opponent, if we ever go in, it's like, what's the name? Fiendsmith or anything like that, we can just make it so they have, you know, Macrocosmos, Odd Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon. Really good card for in the battle phase. Same with Samurai Destroyer. It can summon itself over and over again if we wanted to. And our packs. Now, we didn't get any of the packs that we were hoping to get, specifically Supreme Darkness, but that's fine. Nexus and an OTS pack are absolutely good. I'm not sure what's in this, but we could get something good. We got ourselves a, what do we have here? Double-headed Dino King Rex, Mikonko Spirit Walk, a Evolsaur Leos, a Finisterre Tower of the Necro World. Ooh, super rare of Demigod of the Chestina, a Storage Pod, Vetacolanta, Aqua Chorus Round, and for our last card is Malaria Louvre. Not the best. I'm not exactly sure what's good in that, but hey, we at least got a super rare, I guess. I'm not sure how good the Testina cards are going to be in our deck, but hey, whatever. And now for our last pack, our OTS pack will be... Okay, it's Testudo Arata Newman, a Maze Attraction Majestic Merry-Go-Round, and a Sprite Red. We might actually be able to use this. Anyway, that looks like that's all the cards that we were able to get today. Next time we'll be able to get some better cards. We're going to be opening up some packs here in about 2 weeks or so. It will be the next locals I go to. Make sure to like and subscribe and check everything else out. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a nice day. Peace.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this week's video, make sure to like and subscribe for more content. If you would like to further support this series, join my Patreon in the description below. See you all next week, and keep that digital gate open.